You already know the airport rules. 3.4 ounces, shoes off, bins for your liquids. Then you get to the cruise terminal, and none of that applies. Cruise terminal security is not the TSA. It is a private company running under a federal screening plan, and their rules are different. Some are stricter, some barely exist. And one mistake in your carry-on bag can get you sent home before your cruise even starts. There is one rule buried in almost every cruise line's policy that has nothing to do with what's in your suitcase. It is about what you never told them. And it is the one most likely to get you denied boarding entirely. Everything up to this point happens before you ever leave home. What happens next happens the moment you step off the ship in a country that has never heard of your prescription. First on our list, cruise terminal security is not the TSA. Many travelers expect federal officers and airport protocols when they arrive at the pier. Instead, private security contractors run these checkpoints under a Coast Guard-approved program governed by Title 33, Code of Federal Regulations, Part 105. You will go through metal detectors and bag x-rays, and some ports deploy canine units. But you generally keep your shoes on. Because these terminal rules focus on maritime safety rather than flight regulations, procedures can vary. Keep your prescription medications in your carry-on bag to avoid boarding delays. Second on our list, the airport TSA checkpoint remains your first hurdle. Many fly-to-cruise travelers mistakenly assume the relaxed liquid limits of a cruise pier apply to their entire journey. Believing this myth means packing large, non-prescription liquid medications in your flight carry-on. The consequence is immediate confiscation by TSA officers under the standard 3.4-ounce rule, leaving you empty-handed before you ever reach the ship. To fix this, prepare your carry-on for two distinct security systems. Keep ordinary over-the-counter liquids under the limit, and reserve larger containers for checked airline baggage. Third on our list, never pack essential medication in checked luggage. When you hand your bags to port porters, those suitcases can sit in terminal holding cages for hours. Many bags do not arrive at cabins until after dinner or even the next day. If your heart medication or insulin is locked inside, this baggage delay creates a critical missed dose situation while the ship is sailing hundreds of miles from the nearest land pharmacy. The fix is simple. Keep all prescription pills, medical devices, and temperature-sensitive supplies in your carry-on bag so they stay with you throughout the entire embarkation. Fourth on our list, original labeled containers beat pill organizers. The problem is that weekly plastic pill planners, though highly convenient, cannot identify loose tablets at security checkpoints. The consequence of carrying unlabeled medication is delayed boarding, intense questioning, or confiscation by terminal screeners and foreign customs officers. To fix this, always travel with your medication in its original pharmacy bottles. These containers prove your prescription is legitimate by listing your name, the medication, strength, and prescribing doctor. Treat the pill organizer as a ship-only convenience and pack it empty until you reach your stateroom. Fifth on our list, liquid medication is exempt from standard airport limits. Many travelers assume liquid prescriptions like insulin or cough syrup must fit the 3.4-ounce TSA limit, leading them to pack these critical items in checked bags. The consequence of doing this is risking lost or ruined doses during transit. To fix this, use the TSA medical exemption. You can carry larger volumes of medically necessary liquids in your carry-on. Declare the medication to officers before screening and place it in a separate bin. A prescription label or doctor's note helps, but the officer makes the final screening decision. Sixth on our list, photograph every prescription label before leaving home. The problem is that physical labels get wet, torn, or lost during active shore excursions. The consequence of having an unreadable bottle is that ship medical teams or port pharmacists cannot verify your dosage or dispense a critical replacement. To fix this, use your phone to capture clear images of every bottle. Ensure the photo clearly shows the pharmacy name, drug name, exact dosage, prescribing doctor, and your name. Keep these digital PDF files as a backup record, but remember they do not replace required original containers or official foreign permits. Seventh on our list, carry a signed doctor's letter for all controlled or injectable medications. The problem is that a standard pharmacy label does not prove to foreign customs officers that you are legally allowed to bring narcotics, stimulants, or syringes into their country. The consequence of lacking formal documentation is medication confiscation, boarding delays, or even detention at port checkpoints. To fix this, ask your physician for a signed letter. It must list each drug's generic name, your exact dosage, the medical necessity, and a description of required supplies like needles or pens. Keep a printed copy and a digital backup on your phone. 8th on our list, failing to declare medical equipment beforehand. The problem is that cruise lines do not handle CPAP machines, nebulizers, or oxygen concentrators identically. Assuming one policy fits all can cause security to flag your device at the pier, leaving you without vital therapy. Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and MSC require special needs forms 30 to 45 days before sailing. Carnival does not require advance notice for CPAP or nebulizer equipment. To fix this, contact your line's accessibility desk weeks before departure and secure their exact requirements in writing. 9th on our list, codeine is a controlled substance in several popular cruise ports. Many travelers do not realize that common pain relievers and cough syrups containing codeine are classified as restricted narcotics abroad. If you carry these products into destinations like Japan, Greece, Indonesia, or the United Arab Emirates without official authorization, you face immediate confiscation, heavy fines, or arrest at the border. Cruise line approval does not override sovereign import laws. To prevent this, check the official embassy guidelines for every port on your itinerary, search by active ingredients, and secure required certificates weeks before embarkation. 10th on our list, Sudafed is restricted or banned in 2 major cruise regions. While pseudoephedrine is a common over-the-counter decongestant in the United States, foreign customs laws are far stricter. Japan prohibits pseudoephedrine without a pre-approved certificate, while Mexico restricts the ingredient to prescription only. The consequence of carrying standard Sudafed is immediate confiscation, heavy fines, or potential border detention. To fix this, consult a pharmacist for a pseudoephedrine-free decongestant before you sail. Always verify current embassy, customs, or health guidance to confirm whether a special declaration document or quantity limit is required for your cruise. 11th on our list, over-the-counter allergy medication can trigger unexpected port delays. The problem is that travelers view common remedies like Benadryl as harmless, unaware that the active ingredient, diphenhydramine, is restricted in Japan, controlled in the United Arab Emirates, and banned in Zambia. The consequence of carrying this familiar household drug into these ports is immediate customs confiscation, heavy fines, or potential detention. To fix this, verify the antihistamine regulations for each destination on your cruise before going ashore. Leave restricted formulations on the ship and carry permitted alternatives in their original labeled packaging. 12th on our list, ADHD medications like Adderall or Ritalin require prior approval in several countries. The problem is that many travelers assume a valid US prescription provides automatic authorization abroad. The consequence of bringing these stimulants into countries like Japan, Singapore, South Korea, or the United Arab Emirates without official permission is immediate confiscation or detention at customs. To fix this, do not rely solely on your pharmacy label. Contact the destination embassy weeks before you sail, request specific import permits, translate your doctor's letters, and verify local quantity limits before packing your dose. 13th on our list, 10 minutes of research prevents a life-altering problem. Many travelers assume cruise line permission automatically equals legal entry in foreign ports. The consequence of relying on this mistake is facing strict local drug laws, which can lead to immediate medication confiscation or even border detention. To fix this, treat cruise lines and foreign governments as separate security systems. Search official embassy or health ministry websites for every destination on your itinerary using your medication's generic name. Verify current rules for legality, quantity limits, required documents, and translation needs before departure. 14th on our list, the onboard medical center is not a routine refill pharmacy. The problem is assuming you can easily replace missing pills while at sea. The consequence is facing high financial and logistical hurdles, with standard clinic consultations costing $100 to $200 and after-hours visits running several hundred more. Worse, the ship's formulary may not stock your exact drug or dosage. Because itinerary delays or medical diversions can suddenly extend your cruise, the fix is simple. Pack several extra days of medication beyond your trip while respecting destination country limits. 15th on our list, marijuana is entirely banned on cruise ships, even with a medical card. The problem is that travelers assume state-level legalization or a doctor's prescription permits cannabis on board. The consequence of bringing flour, edibles, oils, or vapes to the pier is immediate confiscation, boarding denial, and potential legal issues at federal security checkpoints. Because cruise terminals and ships operate under federal maritime laws, they maintain a strict zero-tolerance policy with no medical exceptions. The fix is simple. Leave all cannabis-derived products at home and discuss travel legal alternatives with a physician before departure. 16th on our list, assuming carrying your prescription satisfies the cruise line's medical disclosure requirements. A basic health questionnaire or a packed carry-on does not replace completing the formal special needs or access process for chronic conditions or medical devices. Treating this disclosure as optional creates a real risk of being turned away at the pier with no refund. Because forms, deadlines, and review standards vary wildly by line, the fix is simple. Contact your cruise line's accessibility desk at least 30 days before sailing. Ask exactly what must be declared, submit the required forms, and secure written clearance before arriving at the terminal. Across these entries, one truth emerges: cruise line approval does not equal local law. To safeguard your journey, pack all medications in carry-ons, keep original prescription labels, and declare medical needs early. Subscribe for more practical travel guides.